Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruchakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that were well. And shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved under Bava Kalab from the GMS UK London Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of. So I've got an article here from the New York Post. It says, death-defying neuroscientist turned OnlyFans model confronts life with memory loss after brutal bike accident caused by a pigeon. Now, I thought this story was interesting because here you've got an OnlyFans model getting judged by the Most High, by a freak, by what most would call in the world a freak accident. But, there's no such thing as, freak accidents or, random occurrences with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Everything that is done by the Heavenly Father is carefully calculated and orchestrated and played out to perfection. So this story is a great example of that. So let's get into it. As you can see, there's some video footage of the woman that got fucked up in the bike accident and a messed up face now. It says a neuroscientist turned OnlyFans model suffered a near-fatal motorcycle crash caused by a bird, leaving her to confront life with memory loss. Mercedes Valentine's obsession with biking began with fond memories of riding around with her dad as a little girl before buying one of her own, but her dream quickly turned into a nightmare. While out for a ride, the 25-year-old stunner hit a pigeon head-on, suffering a near-fatal crash. Valentine broke her nose, skull, shoulder, and 4 ribs as she suffered a smashed eye socket and a shattered pelvis. So there she is before, shaking her ass, making her money on OnlyFans. On OnlyFans, as a lot of these careless women are doing right now. But it says, on top of the physical despair, Valentine also suffered from memory loss, not being able to remember anything from a month before and thereafter. Now she wakes up every day feeling like someone different. When I open my eyes, I sometimes don't even recognize myself, she told Need to Know. Because I function differently and can't remember most things, it's like my brain is someone else's. She continued, it's been really confusing and emotionally challenging to come to terms with. I've had to start living and adapting to doing so as a different person. Before the accident occurred in the summer of 2024, Valentine was at the top of her career, having just bought a house for over $900,000 and a blue Porsche Taycan Turbo for over $100,000. He says, here's a scene of the crash. She spent the day prior celebrating her parents' 60th birthdays and retirement, but when the family left to return home, Valentine took her motorcycle instead of going in the car with everyone else. I wasn't being clever, and I was going very fast down a residential street where there was a pigeon on a lamppost. Check this out, right? This is the pinpoint precision judgment of the Lord. She says, I wasn't being very clever, and I was going very fast down a residential street where there was a pigeon on a lamppost above me, she admitted. As I approached, it swooped down, not knowing what it was at the time. I tried to avoid it, but then it hit me head on and I swerved. When she swerved, the bike crashed into a parked car at the side of the road and Valentine was flung 260 feet into the air and landed 6 houses down where she was initially. So there's a fucked up face. Bystanders called an ambulance for help, and luckily her family was driving behind her, so her mum, dad and older sister, all of whom are doctors, were able to help on the spot. I was lying in the road for about 2 minutes before they arrived. Eyes blue and not responding. My pupils were dilated and it was assumed I was dead, Valentine shared. My dad ultimately saved my life as he took off my helmet to stop it from choking me and stop the bleeding as best he could. Valentine was escorted to the hospital to get MRI scans, and it was discovered that she lost over 3 litres of blood from the incident, which proved remarkable considering 2 litres lost is usually fatal. For the next 2 days, they hacked away at my face, stomach, pelvis, trying to stitch everything up. I'm basically half metal now because of all the pins and plates in me, she shared. The doctors expected that Valentine could potentially go blind or have double vision once everything was healed, and that she'd also have total limb numbness. The model, who also suffers from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which causes weak joints and bones, was unconscious till a week later. It was likely that I'd need full-time care as I wouldn't be able to function independently, she said, but when I woke up I was chill as can be. Everyone around was completely devastated, worrying if I'd be the same again, yet I was on cloud 9, probably because of all of the morphine I was on. But the doctors weren't concerned about the loss of her memory considering the accident. At the time, she could only remember her boyfriend's name, Mark, and all her family members, friends and events, including the accident, were out of her memory. After 1 month in hospital, Valentine was discharged to go home and adjust to life again. That's when she realized just how bad her memory loss was. It was shocking and traumatizing, she shared. I'd be at the gym and someone would say hello and I'd have no clue who they were. I quickly had to come to terms with the fact that my memory is never coming back, she added. Time is completely warped to me now. I forget what day or month it is regularly. My boyfriend has to give me a run of every day of what I've got on, otherwise I'd forget. Valentine tried to return to making content, but people are often commenting on aspects of her looks that were caused by the accident, such as why her eye is bruised or her scars. However, she's been really stubborn and is determined to do what she wants to do again, even riding her motorcycle again. Even after I was able to walk again, the first thing I did was jump back on my bike, she admitted. Though she shared she's obviously very careful riding her bike now, going the speed limit and making sure someone is with her at all times. Here's the point. It was an unlucky coincidence. If the Pigeon had flown down a millisecond earlier or later, none of this would have happened, Valentine said. Valentine shared that it was her own fault and that she got into the accident, and if she had been more careful from the start, she wouldn't have ended up there. She advised other bike riders to be aware of their surroundings, know their limits, and always wear a helmet because it ultimately saved her life. Now, a point I want to focus on is where she said, it was an unlucky coincidence, as if the Pigeon had flown down a millisecond earlier or later, none of this would have happened. Well, no, that's not how it works. Let me get this. This is Matthew 10 and 29. Matthew 10 verse 29 says, let me start from 28 because it's good. Matthew 10 and 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall to the ground without your Father? So that means that a bird cannot fall down dead or essentially do anything without it being sanctioned by the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? So the fact that this woman was going along on a motorcycle and the Most High made a pigeon swoop down towards her at that moment, that was what the Most High wanted. The Most High wanted her to get into this accident. So that was, pinpoint precision judgment from the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Now, the interesting thing about this is that he didn't kill her in that instance. What does that mean? It means that the Most High saved this woman for the judgment, to come upon the earth, which is those nukes flying. So she might have been better off having been killed by this pigeon than having to face what's coming on the earth, because it's not going to be good for her, man, because the Most High didn't kill her in this situation, but she might face an even worse death to come. So the Most High had mercy on her for a moment just to take her out in another way, which might even be more horrific and terrifying in the long run. What's Isaiah 32? Is Isaiah 32 or 5? Let me check that. That's not it. Bear with me while I find this precept. Bear with me. Isaiah 32 and 9. There we go. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. Many days shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine." So this was a careless woman, busy making her money on OnlyFans, buying Porsches and houses and living her best life and shit. Guess what? That's all going to come to an end very soon. Let me read this again one more time. Isaiah 32, starting from verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, and for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine." So yeah, man, this woman, she dodged a bullet. Most High allowed her to live for the short time that she's got left on this side, only to have to face a greater judgment later on. A lot of you women are going to be troubled that are careless and have lived frivolously on the earth. Great tribulation is coming to you all. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah once again. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone that rule well. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.